What would happen if divorce was illegal?
Divorce is not illegal. It's having a 50% sale. Can you see all
No,
this?
she said, what would happen if it
what would
was?
happen if divorce was illegal?
I bet a
It
lot of
used
people
to
wouldn't
be.
get married.
It's either you make better choices.
What would happen if you were
True.
legally married to anyone you had a child with?
Ooh.
Wait, say that again.
What would happen if
You
you were
wouldn't sleep
legally
around.
married to anyone you had a child with?
Condom
sleep
sales
around.
will go
And
through the
divorce was
roof.
illegal.
Yeah, you would make
Do you
better
know something?
choices.
I really believe in arranged marriages.
You do?
I believe in the old-fashioned
I do
arranged
too.
marriages
They can what?
where the cultures, I don't care what culture it is, where you get the mummies and the daddies and the aunties and they come together and then a lot of people, I've got a lot of Indian, I call them in my children. Some of them had love marriages, some of them had arranged marriages. And a lot of people think arranged marriage is like, that's the man, that's you, you're going to go together. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. And I've seen it in Africa, and I've seen it in my African friends as well, where they all get together and they decide, you know what, if this is the man you like, let's check out his family, let's check out his background,
Yes.
let's come together and talk. And the weird thing is, I was in Barbados and my nephew was having a baby with a girl. And my sister, my late sister was, oh, I'm going to meet the family. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, well, he's having a baby. We need to go and meet the family. My first view was, hang on a minute, they never called you when they were having sex. How come now they're pregnant, you're going to go and meet the family? But apparently it was their thing that you got my daughter pregnant, or my daughter allows you to get her pregnant, and all the family, they come together and they sit down and they discuss what's going to happen. And I'm talking not like 50 years ago. I'm talking this is happening like 5-10 years ago. And it still goes on in certain societies where you get pregnant or you get together, we're going to get together and talk. And I think there needs to be a village.
It can be done
That
well,
village,
yeah.
that village needs to be there. That village, and that's what's missing because everybody's doing their own thing and saying that this is right and that is not wrong. But if they have the whole village together to get together and help them make decisions, because I even know, like, I had African people, and when they were having a problem in their relationships, before all this social media, I'm like, where you go? Oh, I'm going to see my uncle. I have to speak to the elders.
100%.
We
set
have
meetings
problem.
up and stuff.
I have to go. I don't know. What do you mean? Or if the girl gets pregnant, where are you going? I'm going. My mother is coming. I'm having a baby. I'm like, what do you mean? Nope, it's tradition. You go and you take either the mother come. I thought it was weird, but it works out, and I understand it now. I had African friends, and when they have a baby, the mother-in-law moves in.
Yeah, for 3 months at least.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was fantastic because she would show her how to cope, how to cook. You can do all of this and all of that while she's having the children. The mother-in-law, and she helps and teaches her while she's having a baby.
100%.
And nowadays it's like, oh, I'm going to have a baby and I'm going to have this. Where are parents? Where is that? And I'm not talking about years ago because I saw this happening like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it works.
Ultimately.
To me, it works, especially with the African societies. But now you get these new modern African people and they don't want to go to their elders. It'd be great if you got a problem, rather than go on social media and talk about it, go to your elders. That is what is good about some of the tradition. Is that they're there for your backup. And I'm so used to like my African friends going and talking to their elders. Or I used to find it really weird, like you and your husband having problems and you're having this meeting. You go in their house, it's like the whole room is full with all these old people and you're sitting down there discussing your problems. And it works.
Can I say
Because
something?
the
Auntie?
ultimate foundation of society is family, and family structures are lacking these days, unfortunately. Because me as well, till today, if there's a problem, my dad would be like, "I'm calling your uncle, I'm calling your auntie."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. But because society has now made us very self-absorbed, my feelings, we don't want other people to, intrude.
And the thing is, because you know that all your whole family is getting involved, don't that change your behavior?
Absolutely.
Thank
Shame.
you. Thank you. So there's certain
Shame.
things that you won't do, or there's certain things you won't let them know about.
You can't bring like the come up like rapper back to your dad and say like,
Oh, no. My one is straight up. If you're coming into my house, anybody who meets my dad, be ready to marry me.
no, I
That's
know. That's
me.
what I'm saying. Like, because girls will go for
Yes.
like the bad guys at their
Years
20s.
ago, it'd be like,
but
hello,
I'm
what is your
saying like
name?
that wouldn't happen. So I just use like rapper as an archetype.
Yeah,
'cause,
but I don't know.
for me,
some of them are good.
And
but,
Juicy,
Sorry,
years
mother.
ago when you took your, like say like if you went and you said, oh, this is my partner. What are your intentions towards my daughter?
yes,
Can I see your bank account? What
Yes.
is your job? What are you? And all of that.
yeah.
And I remember going to like weddings where I always thought it was Indian people that had dowries. And I remember having an African friend, he had all this suitcase full of new clothes
100%.
and presents here and jewelry there. And I'm like, what are you doing? I have to show the family that I can support her.
Yes.
And it's like a whole ceremony of like showing them what you can give her, showing the family. And that's what I mean. Nowadays, it's too easy for people to go and get married. They have to show the family that they can look after that woman.
The problem is the women nowadays aren't worth it. Like, why would a guy do all that when she's out here in the street?
Why are you clapping so hard?
Why would a guy do that for?
so hard?
Why would a guy do that for a 31-year-old wife?
You do it?
Because I've experienced this recently, and obviously I don't have these traditionalist views, right? So some of these guys are out here counting body counts. For me, it's more like in the way they act. Like I messed around with like an older woman like a few months ago, 42, only ever been with one guy, like. And I can just, when I'm around her, it's just like, she's just from a different age.
I would have run.
There was no, she's gorgeous, so I'm not running. But she's from a different age. Like, just the way she behaves, the way she carries herself, the way she talks, very soft, very pleasant, not too opinionated. It's just like.
But she sounds like a real woman.
And I realized that being with her, I was like, yo, there's no one in my generation that can, like, being around someone like that. I was like, you know what? I'm a bachelor. I'm probably going to be a bachelor for like the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Don't sound like it.
But hanging out with her, I was like, I actually get why people like get married after hanging out with her.
Why was she on her own?
Now.
Why is she 42 and single?
Fussy.
It's not your business. I'm not gonna be saying that.
Okay.
But
I always say that's their story, not
that's
mine.
their story.
Okay.
There's modern problems have modern solutions, but there's a lot of stuff going on here in London. But still,
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you want children?
Ideally, yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
What's stopping you when you're saying ideally?
Just a bunch of things.
No,
meeting the right person.
The reason why I was asking, because that woman sounds like she's captured a bit of him, but she's old, you know what I mean? So I ain't seen no children.
No one can capture me, B. But I think I always tell her, like, I always tell her, like, if you were like 25, 20 years younger.
That's why I asked about children.
It would have been the end.
That's why I asked. Because you sounded like if she could breed and be healthy, I would have her.
I'm not missing out on that. Like, yeah. I was just like, yeah. If you were like 20 years younger.
Yeah.
I'll be getting some factory job. I'll be like, oh.
Did you have something you wanted to add?
I forgot.
Oh, okay.
No, you said you're not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't lie.
I'm scared to get married.
Why?
Because the generation now compared to back in the days, I'm talking before we were born, it was different. Like back in the days when they meet each other, they get married and they just stay together. You know what I'm saying? But our generation now, it's like, it's bad, it's toxic. What I mean by that is like, everybody's just breeding each other, everybody's having babies with each other, and then they're never with that same person. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And it's scary, man. I've seen it so many times with a lot of people, and it affects me. The reason why I say it affects me because it's not fair on the child, and it scares me. Imagine that you want to try to get married now. Do you know what I'm saying? I've always said like say for example, for me, I have a son. I tried so hard, obviously, to make the relationship work. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I was never the quitter. I see it as like, if you've made a family, this person, like, you got to stick together for life, you know what I mean? But our generation, I think I blame the social media. I feel like it's a distraction. That's just my honest opinion.
Technology.
Yeah, but it's the technology. So that's why I'm scared to get married. I'm scared that if I get married, after 3 years, hold up, wait a minute. Oh, she gonna want to take my money. Or she want to take my house.
Can I ask you a question? When was the last time you had sex?
You asking me?
Yeah.
He's Jamaican, Aunty. Maybe like
that got nothing to do. But I got Jamaican man.
Morning.
I got listen. I got
2 hours
Jamaican.
ago.
No.
About 3 days ago.
Oh.
Are you serious about that person?
No.
No, because the reason I'm asking that, because the way he's describing, I'm tired of people saying, oh, this is what I want, and things have changed, and they're contributing towards it.
We have to be that what we want.
You have to be
see.
accountability. You can't turn around and say, this is what I want, but what are you doing
to make that happen?
Because the change don't come from out there. The change comes from you within. Mm-hmm. And if you want to see a change, then it's down to each individual to start making the change. You can't turn around and say, this is what I want. I don't want to be paddling in a muddy pool when you're helping make the pool muddy. Because at the end of the day, what have you got to choose from? The shit that you've already crept in.
That's why I said self-love.
I hear that, Auntie, but you get the other half don't agree with the same thing, even though you still love that person. It's just,
you know what you need to be? You know what you need to be? You need to be more fussy, more selective, and treasure your dick.
Self-love.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not.
Value yourself.
These hoes don't deserve it.
Listen,
They don't
right,
deserve
as
it.
far as I'm concerned, if you want somebody good, don't be dipping your dick in somebody bad.
Auntie, I hear what you're saying, but for us men, yeah, and I'm talking for us men, it's hard.
Listen,
Like,
go and jerk
It's
off.
not impossible,
Go and
you
jerk off.
know.
Jerking
So,
off
you know-
is
you know-
safe.
you know
Have
what-
safe sex. Jerk off. Then you're not
Nathan.
messing with nobody's mind. You're not messing with nobody's body. There's no chance that any contraception's gonna fail, and that you can preserve yourself. And
Stop
then
banging
you'll find
things.
That is-
somebody
Nathan.
that
Auntie,
you know.
Auntie,
Auntie,
You need to be
it's-
more fussy.
You got the
Auntie-
right idea, but I think from a man to man, right? I think you focus that energy. Imagine you're saving that energy for like the one in it.
Kill her with it.
So, but masturbation, porn, I think is not the way because masturbation,
Corn.
leads to
Oh man, you're leaving me hanging. I was giving you a spot right
my
there.
bad, G.
Come on,
it
that's
leads
it,
to
man.
other things, and then it leads to that lack of discipline. But I would say focus that. Imagine you're saving that energy for the one in it, and it makes you all the more intense because when you meet that one, you pull out all the stops.
That's even better. If you can, if you
No,
can
but
not have
Auntie,
sex at all,
Auntie,
that's
Auntie,
even
Auntie,
better.
I'm just gonna give you little devil's advocate here because
Okay.
I don't think your generation really understands this.
Okay.
For
Educate
men,
me.
like women like guys that sleep around and treat like women. Modern women don't like men that treat them like queens. And the problem is like if guys aren't sleeping around, they start to like think too highly of each girl and treat them too well. And modern women don't like that. It's not like in your generation where like a girl's courted and like they respect it and they're excited and then you can just court the nice girl and she wants you. Like for them, it's like basically if they give a girl everything she wants, then she doesn't like them. And girls don't like guys that don't sleep around. Like they only want guys that sleep
Well, all I
around.
can say to the
don't
young
know.
man, if that's the case, and you've already got a child, don't have no more and get an old woman.
I hear that, Auntie, but then there's some women out there just.
No, I said get an older woman, an old, mature woman, like the woman that he said that he found, one that's feminine, she can't breed, you've already got a son, you don't want no more children. Concentrate on your one child, have a happy relationship with a woman that can't breed. Problem solved.
But they like
That's a
youth,
decent-
though, innit?
I'm not. Sorry. You gonna? Sorry, you gonna say something?
No, go on.
Okay. I was. So my what I think is it's modern times call for modern solutions in it. Like that free market of people sleeping around with each other. I think that's always existed. I think it's always going to exist. I think the fact that women value men who are more experienced, I think, is a sign of that. Just the selection in this dating game has gotten a lot tougher. I think back in the day, guys would get with women just because they were in the right place in it. We were born in the same village. She could be a Victoria's Secret model. You could look like Shrek, and it's just like, well, we were the same age. I had a good job. It worked. Our parents liked each other. Now you really have to work. You really have to be the guy in it. And so I would definitely kind of. That's what I want to add. That like it's not all bad in it.